mean, living under the assumption that Sweet Tooth just has like hundreds of beautiful, incredible tables of all stripes and qualities that he doesn't use because they weren't like manufactured to the level of specificity he needed for his candy cooling table. Like Sweet Tooth is a 6'9" kind of person.
Yeah, Tinkers are powerful, but it turns them into complete OCD wrecks, apparently.
I have returned with a wild Derek.
Hey, Derek.
Oh.
Can't hear you. He has a... now you can hear him, but he can't hear you.
You know, I was trying to think of a joke, but that just hits way too close to home. All right. So like, let's be real here. Does Sweet Tooth's candy shop have more exacting specificity than a fucking nuclear centrifuge?
Oh fuck! I forgot to do that. I literally forgot to do that. Damn it!
Sam, or even higher than that, does he have greater specificity in terms of manufacturing quality than Lego?
Okay, he's a tinkerer. Like, we gotta. There's the limits, man.
I like to assume that there are just Legos all over the city. Like you can find them if you want them. They weren't changed by the Awakening event. They're too powerful. They last too long.
But if you assemble them all, then you get a special prize.
Yeah, you get like a robot in a soda machine, gives you a ray gun or something.
No, you find out the CEO of Lego is still alive, and he comes back and gives you the title to the company. You just get enough money to buy Market Street.
Actually, how is inflation in Market Street? How would, if you had one single, like, call it $100 bill from the current year, would that be enough to topple Market Street because it's the actual real currency?
So, the issue with Market Street is they have basically taken the concept of money isn't real or is backed by, like, fiat and just fucking run with it. So, since all of their currency is based on is basically based on future blockchain, to print more money, they have to essentially mine Bitcoin. But as we know, that's a logarithmically scaling process that takes more and more time the more coins there are.
I'm actually assuming because of how Market Street is fucked, I'm imagining a bunch of people with computer monitors for heads that they forced to mine in some kind of pit.
Oh, shit like that was happening actually even before the Awakening. The city's prisons were fucked. Anyway, so, you have parts in Market Street that are just voids, and what has happened there is they have accelerated time in computers so much that the areas have become quantumly unstable. They've essentially experienced miniature heat deaths in those areas and just have to be contained because reality has died there. But
that makes sense.
They got a full credit out of doing that, so.
Just curious, can stalkers go there and be fun?
That's actually not a paranormal effect. Stalkers have a better chance than anyone else, but it still kills them.
Okay. So does this mean there's propaganda about how the singularity isn't using up all the time?
Oh yeah, the Plenty of Time campaign. Or the Take Your Time campaign, whichever. It depends on what cycle you're in.
I hate that. But does this mean it's also using up all the gravity like I've been joking about?
Technically speaking, kind of. Since gravity is...
Shit, it's the CEO of Beef.
Yep.
Hit him, Beefmaster.
We were talking about Market Street. That summons beef with a PH.
Beef should be in Market Street.
You know what? It really should. My only concern is beef is too high quality for Market Street. It has uses of wood sealant.
1 second, I gotta help Derek fix this thing.
Okay. No.
I think it's just one doesn't have a really good thing, but maybe. Yeah. It might be
That is beautifully scuffed. I love that. I love that noise.
testing.
Sounds like you're underwater.
Yeah, that's just my connection. Sounds like you guys are underwater too.
Aqua.
Oh,
Come to the underwater. We have the good King Andrew, miserly bourgeoisie, and their precious orb.
Wet.
So I heard you, Tom. I heard you kiss Derek. Derek was talking about how great of a kisser you are. He said your ass was way flatter than he expected, though.
Hey, so, Chris, could you do me a favor?
Yeah. What's wrong?
So there's a calendar in just outside your kitchen. I think the name Tom is written on that calendar somewhere. Could you add a tick mark there?
Yeah. Let me go put a mark on Tom real quick.
No, my lead.
No. I actually refuse. We need to put the quota in Oliver's Shadow Realm. It needs to. It deserves to be.
Please don't codify the aggression inherent in this system.
Yes. Do it.
No, we don't need to add it.
It dies with us. Okay, so now we left off last session with a just fucking awful slurping and guggling noise. And I believe Charlie was doing some glass to look around, right?
Yeah, I heard some sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a new talent in the candy shop. They're called grapefruit.
No, their methods lead to madness. We cannot abide. So, Charlie, the first thing you notice is a just spread out network of glowing veins crisscrossing the entirety of the candy shop floor, or at least a significant chunk of it. Maybe not a significant chunk, about 10 yards radius. It's, you see spores, also bioluminescent, coming up from it. The veins of slime seem to mimic almost like flowers or otherworldly plants, but it shifts and recedes
I'm going to crack the door open and see powers on it.
Oh.
It definitely does have powers. It's very peaceful. You see, it looks tranquil, the image the eye burns into you.
And now I knock on the door. I guess it sounds more like.
Yeah, you need to wet a pool noodle and just slap it on some concrete.
Yeah.
Great, I know exactly what the knock sounds like.
Yeah, that's what you hear. A wet pool noodle hitting concrete.
I'm gonna open the door. Come in.
Okay. Yeah. So you see a giant fucking a giant gelatinous cube with a top hat and what looks like, because he's square, and a doctor's coat, but to fit a square. I don't know how to explain that, but yes.
Alternate idea, what if the doctor's coat is just floating inside the cube?
Ooh, that's good too. I was gonna say that the doctor's coat was also slime, but you know what? I like the doctor's coat being on there. We'll just say the top hat is slime, though.
That works. The crown witness.
I Okay.
I'm gonna say everyone is awake at that.
Sorry, sorry. I thought you spoke slime here. Sorry.
Oh no. I think I do know someone who speaks slime, but I only speak. It's English that we speak in the city. That's what we call it, right, Sam? Also,
Do
should
you
we?
guys speak German in the city?
I leave the language undefined
I
unless it's
thought we
something
were speaking Basque.
I say we're speaking, and then a train flies by.
Yeah.
And you can't hear what I'm saying.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying.
I know that one too. It's a little slower for me, but I can do that.
Okay.
I heard you guys were looking for a new doctor.
Yeah, we had a fellow in here for a while, but he disappeared a while ago. I'm Charlie. Nice to meet you. I'm
Nice
gonna
to meet
stick
you.
out my hand to shake it, and
I'm gonna-
realize
I'm
that
gonna-
was a bad idea, but
I'm
not
gonna
retract
instantly
it.
suck his hand in and then start looking. Human, your biomass looks very good, nice and smooth.
Yeah, I have a good diet of nothing but candy. I'm gonna slowly start pulling my hand out.
It's covered in schmutz.
I'm gonna I'm gonna go to wipe it off on my shirt and see if you get upset at that.
Oh, you don't want to waste that. Come on, it's good food.
Okay, I can't eat this.
Okay, watching this altercation, Avery hasn't blinked this entire
Can I
time.
have just a dud, Sam, where it doesn't do anything, but I just the slime sticks to everything,
Yes.
and it's really fucking disgusting. Okay,
Absolutely.
good.
You are like a
Can-
sea cucumber.
Well, when they put their hands in
Beseech
it,
the compliant key of Solomon about this being that has just entered the.
Hey, minor question. Should we hop over to the candy shop?
Oh,
I don't think. But the other thing, Sam, is only the under.
Yeah, we're good.
When I roll over something, it just gets sucked up into the cube.
okay.
Okay.
Until you
let's
buy
go
a
to-
bind, I'm gonna say it's really easy to escape, but if you want to upgrade that,
Oh,
at some point-
yeah.
yeah.
Where we go?
Okay. So,
So,
I'm saying everyone's awake after the best imitation of the Crown Witness.
Okay.
Does anyone else react to the slime that is now in the warehouse?
I was saying it only sticks to biomaterial. It just cleans the floor.
Doctor/janitor, got it.
Yeah, I was thinking a gelatinous cube. You know how they clean the floors.
Nature's Roomba.
Yeah. Okay. Going back
Propulsion
to
just
the-
lights his hand on fire.
All right.
This needs to be cleansed.
Opinion noted.
So we're not finishing the apartment application until tomorrow, right? Because
Yeah.
neither of us have our payroll information readily
no.
available.
Okay, so
All
you
right.
guys do notice.
Sam, they're all
Oh, they moved?
yes. They're all up in the candy shop.
Oh,
I didn't see we moved. Yay!
Yeah, we literally said we're moving, and then after I left, I said, "Hey, I'm moving back to the candy shop."
I am keeping my screen on the fucking decanted thing.
Could you make a second window for that? Is that possible?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I am not good at tech.
I-
Computer.
I was thinking about not telling you.
harsh.
I was
Wow.
thinking about just trying to run the game solo for as long as possible.
As this friendly slime man walks into the building and begins interacting with Charlie, I don't know how chivalry will react. I'm assuming not well.
Everything has horrifying on it.
Okay, in that case, I would like to have all of my characters use their various identification abilities. So, first, I would like to have Avery beseech the compliant key of Solomon to see what the fuck just what something wicked this way came is.
Quick question, Sam. Can we keep the negative on my resurrect a secret?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I have 4 10s on the
Okay.
compliant key.
So, what the compliant key immediately tells you is, while there are dozens of species of sentient slime mold in the city, this is not one that's a species. This is a unique being.
Okay.
Slimes, if the properties are consistent, are usually very hard to kill. Most attacks just pass right through them, and even if you do manage to destroy a significant portion of their biomass, as long as like a small portion can escape, they're just going to come back later.
Okay.
Traditionally, not hostile. They're usually pretty dumb, just scavengers. But again, this thing seems unique.
Okay. I would then like to have Bayou Bill use his anatomy sense and electroperception. Just a little bit about the internal structure of our new best friend.
So when you use electrosense, this thing lights up like a Christmas tree.
Okay.
Anatomy sense basically tells you this thing isn't, weirdly enough, 110% neural tissue.
Okay. And then finally, chivalry rolls 2 5s to determine whether or not this is a Sassanach or not.
Chris, is Dr. Slime British?
No.
What nationality is Dr. Slime?
I was gonna go with slime.
Okay. Decidedly not a Sassanach.
Okay.
What nationality is Dr. Slime? It's in the name, Slime.
Oh,
Very good.
it's like a fucking Adam West Batman joke. It's beautiful.
Who are you? What are you doing? And how did you get in here? I'm a locksmith. And I'm a locksmith.
And I'm a locksmith.
State your first name, last name, and occupation. Lizard Man, and Lizard Man. Okay, so all of my characters are not necessarily happy with their revelations, but except for Chivalry, he's pretty okay with that.
Do I see chivalry hiding over there?
Is Chivalry even hiding?
No, like Avery hasn't blinked since this being walked into the building.
I'm gonna start moving over there.
To which of my characters?
Yes.
Okay, Chris, idea for movement noise? It just sounds like a wet Velcro.
Sam, I forgot. I move at 1,000 miles an hour, remember?
Oh,
What?
okay. So, you guys ever hear
it's
what it
actually-
sounds like where you try to put a zipper on a fruit?
Wait, can I explain how he does it? He just slingshots himself.
Wait, I love that. That's so good.
And it just like rams the wall and just sounds like fucking throwing gelatin at the
I
wall.
don't want to derail here, but I do feel the need to share this. When I was at Landmark College, there was a guy who would do the stupid sock on the door thing for like 5 hours at a time and keep his roommate from going into their room. We don't know what he was doing in there. So we decided that we had to fight fire with fire. So we went to Walmart, purchased like a pound of instant Jello powder, a big old bucket, and a slotted spatula.
Okay.
We made an entire bucket of Jello, let it set completely. Then we went to this guy's room and he had the sock on the door. Said, "Hey, you should let us in." He said, "No, fuck off. I have a sock on the door. You know what that means." We're like, "We do. We want to join you." And he said, "No, disgusting. Go away." We're like, "Okay, we'll just be out here then." So then we all started screaming and stirring the Jello with a spatula as fast as we could. And the noise that made is what I'm imagining this character's noise is.
It does have horrifying on the movement, so I think firing myself at 1,000 miles an hour in the direction sounds about right.
Weirdly enough, the screams are included.
I only played this character so I could just make sounds all day.
just say,
No. Okay.
you bounced towards chivalry, right?
I was saying yes because I figured they're all not that far away from each other, right? Like Chivalry and Avery should be close to each other, and I
Well, they
assume
share-
Bayou
they
Bill is
share
in
a
stealth
room.
mode.
I'm assuming Bayou Bill. Yeah, you probably haven't seen Bayou Bill yet.
So yeah, I'm firing myself towards Avery and Chivalry.
I'm gonna say they both have to make a stability check to not freak out as this slime fucking comes at them at the speed of sound.
Well, fuck. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Neither of them get any matches.
Okay, so you guys are going to panic, and while that has gameplay implications, I'm gonna let you decide what that looks like from a character perspective.
Okay,
Games.
Avery immediately just ducks for cover. Like, he doesn't care about propriety. He just hides away, like jumps into his room and closes the door. Chivalry will start hyperventilating. I'll leave that as an exercise to the reader as to what that looks like exactly.
I was hoping Avery would just faint. I don't know why. I just imagined him just fainting.
I feel
Of
like
all the horrible things he's seen.
Chris. Avery only faints when he is at his fainting couch.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he has
Yeah.
a fainting couch. You got me.
Let it be known that I forgot about the fainting couch. I'm going to add that in my description of his room.
Human, let me check out your biomass.
Okay, so you are talking to Chivalry at the moment, right? Or are you talking through Avery's door?
I'm talking through Avery's door, which I can get right through anyway.
Why are you not talking to Chivalry? That's rude.
Chivalry isn't me.
Okay, while you're knocking on Avery's door, Chivalry will...
I'm not knocking on Avery's door. I'm going underneath the door.
I'm just gonna go open the door. It's like, he's friendly. Be nice.
Okay,
Headlights on fire. This must be cleansed.
okay. Avery is standing in the very corner of his room, still not blinking. This is going to start hurting him. Like, with all the fucking single tears in his furrow, it's like his eyes have to be really dry right now. Not healthy for him. And he's like, hello there. My name is Avery Way. What
Let me.
brings you here?
I am a doctor. Do not resist. You're being helped.
So, he's Dr. Slime, was it?
Dr. Slime, that's right.
So, you might want to consider working on your verbiage because you're clearly scaring the poor man.
I'm sorry, can you say that slower? I'm sorry, this isn't my first language.
Sorry.
My first language is...
So can you?
I would like to point
Chris,
out that the slime jiggles incredibly violently.
Can you update language slime on your sheet to language
I-
crown witness?
You know what? I'm willing to do that.
Okay. Yeah. So I can't remember what I said now because I was busy laughing. But I'll repeat that a little bit more slowly. You're the way you're saying that, and like I'm gonna stop after that to make sure you're on board.
I bounce up and down.
Okay, I'll take that as a yes. I think is scaring the poor fellow.
Oh, sorry. Very forward in slime culture.
Mm-hmm.
While Charlie and Dr. Slime are talking, Avery will be stumbling over to one of his shelves where he keeps like whatever books he brought with him. Reach in, look at his weeb shit, grab a copy of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime and burn it.
For burning an effigy, gain 1 willpower.
Yes!
Oh, God. So good. I forgot to do Dr. Slime's base will, which is 6.
Alright.
This character's so fucking scary, Chris.
I gave him. Oh wait, Sam. We gave him 2 charm. He needs. We can keep him with 2 charm. I feel like we
you
can
could
play
put
off.
0 charm if you were wild.
No.
That would be instant feral. I think.
Technically, he's a
Basically.
gentleman amongst the slime community.
No, it's not instant feral with 0 charm. It just means, occasionally, you'll see a child smile at you and go, ah, yes. Showing teeth, a threat display. Put it down.
Having 0 charm makes you a stalker with none of the benefits.
No, not quite.
Not quite.
Not quite. Okay.
Fun
Just
fact,
makes
having
you
0
feral.
charm does make you immune to hyper charm, though.
Okay, so after burning the effigy, Avery does feel better and turns to Dr. Slime and says, "Okay, may I ask what your methods are, sir?"
Insert hand into gelatin.
It's a little chilly. Just a heads up.
Okay. I am now considering whether or not what it would take for Avery to do this. Okay, I'm going to roll empathy on the slime. I'm going to see if I can figure out how you're feeling about this. Because if this happened to me in real life, I'd be scared to fucking death.
I'm going to say, due to prejudice against slime, horrifying, and the fact that it's a slime, you're going to have a penalty dice on the empathy check.
Okay.
In slime
I
culture,
still
this is
have-
considered a dick move.
3 3s.
What the fuck? So, you're pretty sure this slime's on the up and up. It seems medically accredited.
I have my medical certification floating in me.
Unfortunately, it's written in slime.
Yeah, it is written in slime. That is true.
Okay. Well,
I haven't
seeing
even
that,
thought about how written in slime looks like, Sam, but all I can think of is just it looks like Scribble Scrabble.
Yeah, it's written in crayon. It looks like a 2-year-old high on Red Bull and 5 pounds of sugar. Was given a 64-pack of Crayola and was told you were gonna shoot their parents unless they used every crayon in the next hour.
wow. That's some method art right there.
That's it's a description, Sam just said.
Okay. Avery will, against all of his better judgment, say a quick prayer to himself, cross himself. He's not Christian or anything, but Jesus, he needs the help.
Did
and
he
then
pray
he'll stick.
to himself?
No, he crosses himself. And then he will plunge his hand into Dr. Slime.
Okay, it feels absolutely disgusting as it feels like the gelatin swirling around you. And after a few seconds, Dr. Slime will be like, "You're a bit salty? Briny?" Would that be correct? Would that be correct with what I think about your character?
Vaguely. There should also be a little bit of rotting meat in there.
And looks like you need your biomass replaced.
I will be goddamned if that isn't the most threatening thing I've ever heard you say, Chris.
Really? That's the most threatening thing?
It's
Sir,
something
I
feel like it's super not.
he was.
Sir, would you like your biomass replaced?
No, thank you. I'm fine. Avery looks like I don't know how Avery looks like. Avery has PTSD.
When me and Sam talked about naming the powers, I was like, we should, instead of calling it healing or something soothing, we just say changing biomass, repairing
Siphon biomass.
reconstructing biomass.
Okay, Avery will pull his hand out.
There's goo all over it.
He'll look at his hand. He'll look at Dr. Slime. He'll look at his hand. He'll pick up the ashes from the manga he burned and rub them all over the slime. start to look like he feels better, and then go find a way to clean himself.
The only piece of the manga that's still intact is the one panel where Rimuru is underneath the elf's fucking tits. And for some reason, that feels fitting.
I will turn to Chivalry, or not Chivalry, to Charlie, because I think he's in charge. Where should I get set up to start working?
Who's in charge?
So I'm not the one you want to talk to. In the building right in front of us, there is a candy store. The person who's running the shop, I think right now, is in charge.
3 a.m.
Actually, he's probably sleeping.
You already said the directions, so he would have fired himself.
Okay. I'm gonna start running. Oh wait, you're in the side. You can't get all the way out in one go.
I can't.
I don't-
move it. I know. I that was just for like aesthetics for how I explain I move. But I do have like unconventional movement, and I move at 1,000 miles an
Well,
hour.
the issue is you hit a door, is the thing.
I know, but can I go under the door based on the how we described the
You
power?
have endless on the thing that lets you squeeze through objects.
Sam, we didn't put anything on it, actually.
So it's something you have to actively use.
Got it. Okay.
So you basically would hit the door, splatter, and then slowly start eking through the cracks.
I am very upset that you made a character whose movement power is more upsetting than Squamous Dave's.
I'm gonna run over. He's asleep right now. Would you mind waiting until the sun's been up for an hour or two?
There's
Before
gonna be
going
a
over
book. There's gonna be a book that opens up and shuffles to a page. Oh, that's right. Humanes sleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're supposed to get about 8 hours a night.
Hibernate for 8 hours.
Bayou Bill will appear behind Dr. Slime.
Well, I won't notice. No way. There's just no way I would notice you. You're too stealthy.
No, when I say appear, I mean I will break stealth behind Dr. Slime.
I will flip to page that says alligator.
All right, Bayou Bill's just going to stare at you. He's going to stare at whatever you use as your eyes. Not saying anything, just looking at you.
It's just a glass eye that's floating in there. I'll turn it from one side to the other, then I guess, and look it back at you. Do you need assistance, human? Does your biomass need reconstructing?
Okay, I'm going to have Bill make a stability check. Is 3/8 good, Sam?
Yeah, Bill does not panic.
Okay, the glories of 8 command.
Actually, command, I don't think you can panic.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, 8 command means you can't
You're
panic.
good. You're good, man.
Okay. Still very unhappy.
It's a
Bill
normal Tuesday.
Bill will point to the tooth and ask, "Can you remove this?"
Isn't that your artifact? That seems like a bad idea.
I'm sorry, human, but I can only replace biomass. I cannot remove it.
This is a doctor. I think you want a dentist. I'm gonna wait for a second to see if I just accidentally summon a dentist before okay.
So, Charlie said that, right?
Yeah.
Alright, your passive perception is good enough that you hear, a very light scuffling in the walls.
Oh, that's cursed.
All right.
Oh, not a
All right. Where's the dentist hiding in the walls?
You can't get a good beat on him. This guy's whatever this fucker is, he's stealthy. But he's
Okay,
in those walls.
did Charlie say that out loud, Seth?
I said the pause and think thing. I didn't alert anyone that there was stuff around. I'm going to see if I can roll to perceive them, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I give me a minute. I need to pull out die. I'm not used to having to pull out die.
All right. In the meantime, let's go on with Bill and Slime. Unless their scene is
Okay.
done.
Bill will like step back a bit.
Well, if there are no doctorly duties, I will clean, and I'll pull my top hat in and put up like a little janitor hat comes up. And I'll just start slowly moving around the building.
Okay, so I got wait 6 tens.
So whatever the
I
so this
think.
dentist is fast as fuck. He is scuttling through those walls like mad. His joints must be displacing to get through some of those nooks and crannies.
With 6 tens, I still can't get a beat on him.
I'm figuring out exactly where he'd be in relation to you. I have to do some speed calculation. I'm sorry. So the dentist would be directly above Bayou Bill.
Okay. Bayou Bill's electroperception, I believe it does have endless.
If it does, then you notice just the faintest hint of electrical spark, considering that this warehouse is mostly concrete and like wiring.
Okay, Bayou Bill is on edge and very frightened. Bayou Bill will use the bite directly above him.
Oh,
Okay. Let me know how much damage does this do again?
Let me
And how
do a
fast is it?
roll.
You actually killed a ghost.
Eat your heart out, G-Slice. Jesus Christ. Well, I gain a willpower because I rolled 3 10s. Then I have 4 wiggle dice for 7 10s. And this has 4 attack levels and 4 penetration.
Okay. I need to figure out how confined spaces affect dodge, how many gobble dice and penalty dice this is.
Other abilities the power has. Well, it does have the penetration, so it would just be like that. That would imply that it just breaks through a wall of suitable weakness using the cover rules.
Okay.
It does have disintegrate. It has 3 levels of go first.
Okay. Okay. I think it misses, but here's what happens. The
It
bite
misses with 10. What?
the bite goes into the ceiling, obliterates the ceiling, cuts through about a solid 4 feet of concrete, I think it is? 4 feet of concrete. And goes through a supporting beam.
Uh-oh.
As you see a figure in the darkness, faster than your eye can track, scuttles down and then falls, and you see Animal fall from the ceiling. The fop.
What the fuck? Animal's a dentist?
He looks horrified and confused.
hey, animal! What were you doing in our walls?
I live in your walls.
You don't pay rent.
I built this place.
Yeah, but we own it.
Technically, I've been here longer than you.
Yeah, but it was given to us. This is our land.
You know what? Fair. Holy shit, did you just try and kill me?
Well,
Wait, does that make Charlie like a
Might have.
super big capitalist because he believes in the ownership of land?
I mean, he did used to be a salesman.
Yeah, tracks. Animal's gonna be like, if I wasn't on so many horse tranquilizers, I wouldn't have been loose enough to dodge that.
Yeah, Bill, we need to have a chat about that bite.
You just look up and it's just a burrowing, burning wound in the concrete. It looks like it's
Yeah, like
still falling apart.
there's molten metal up there. There's shit melting and dripping down.
The concrete is turning to ash.
Like, we're gonna have to fix that now. Like, I'm gonna turn it to glass right around the edges so it stops spreading.
I'm gonna
All
start cleaning it. by
Bill
rolling over
will
it.
Bill will nod once, say, "I'm sorry, Charlie. I'm a little on edge, as you might be able to understand. However, I
But
have
we
a
have this
solution.
friendly doctor. You're gonna be okay.
I have a solution."
Sam, does animal speak slime?
You can try.
Bill is going to knock on Avery's door, and Avery will come out already with like a bucket of like modeling clay and spackle. Like, he heard it. He knows what's happening. He's kind of surprised he hasn't needed the fucking home repair bucket up to this point. Let me roll, I guess, puppet maintenance to determine how efficiently he fixes the hole in the roof.
While he does puppet maintenance, I'm gonna attempt to speak slime to animal.
Animal immediately lights up.
I just hear them laughing out there.
Man, it's been a while since I've spoke German.
I'm going to re-roll with a penalty dice, considering what just happened here.
That's fair.
My only
Anyway,
job. I'm the greatest support. I take die from you by being just so fucking horrifying.
I still got 2 10s. How does Avery do fixing the roof?
You know that McDonald's play place ceiling where it's just fucking bright, friendly, and utter nonsense?
Okay.
Looks like that, but I don't know, like chivalry themed.
Okay.
Animal's gonna clap his hands, get up off his back, and go, "Alright, so this is actually not a social call. We may have fucked up. Now, since I live in your walls, I've heard of all of your plans.
It's 3 a.m.
You're here for business?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've there's a, you know how you guys had the plan to get the Iron Legion and the Hive to fight each other, and we all signed off on that because we thought the closest route between those two was basically was going to bypass us entirely.
Okay, so we're gonna be the battleground?
He rolls out the map. So since that weird event that happened a little while ago, some distances have changed, and he points to an area that was formerly basically a triangle between the hub, the Iron Legion, and the Hive. It looks more like this, and it's just a straight fucking line with the hub directly in the middle.
Of course
I
it is.
see. Could we ask it politely to change back?
Well, no. But
What if, do you know Jericho? Can we contact him? He might be able to fix it.
I have no idea who that is.
Good. Okay.
But we have options.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. We looked over the trading records, and weirdly enough, we didn't know the Iron Legion was a thing, so we weren't paying attention. But now that we are, we've noticed we have shipments marked as coming from the refinery after the Iron Legion took over, which implies they're still trading with us.
Okay.
Now I don't know if that means they would be open to diplomatic overtures, or if they're doing that to suppress suspicion.
I mean, I did have someone just recently that I was interacting with that maintained his previous actions to hide that something had changed. That was a fairly smart being that I was interacting with. Don't know if the Iron Legion is the same, but certainly an option.
Yeah, I didn't get a read on them being smart. So we have some options now. Both of these factions are pretty violent. They fight pretty often with other settlements.
Mhm.
They're not gonna pick they're ideally not gonna fight in a place that disadvantages them.
Mhm.
So, since if we make ourselves appear to not be the best fighting ground for them, since we control the waterways around here, we can kind of decide where they're going to meet up, if not here.
Okay. I like the sound of that.
Now, that being said, we don't control the satellite settlements around us, or at least not enough to a degree that, we can work out a plan,
Yeah.
So it's almost guaranteed that whatever faction is going to get there first is going to get held up by the garrison in those fights, and it's going to lead to the other force meeting them. So basically, what's going to happen is, tactically speaking, logistically speaking, the fight is going to happen in one of these settlements. Here, I have a list here, and it's
Avery, sorry, Avery will yell down from the ceiling where he is presumably still fixing it. Who are the garrison?
the settlement garrisons. Each of these settlements has a defense force, and it's just long been understood. We are the only settlement here with open walls because of our trade policy, right?
Okay.
Okay. So basically, this list you're handing me is consigning a settlement to death.
Yeah, if they don't fight here, yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm not going to make that choice. I will try and come up with another solution, and that will be a
Well,
last choice, and we will try and get the people in the settlement
a
out.
solution that, if you don't want to do that, the diplomatic solution, which is ally with one of them and just let them pass through so that they hit the other person first.
Mm. Okay.
If we support one of these guys, it would essentially maybe buy us time before they attack us. Maybe.
I mean, so what I'm thinking is, well, when they're off fighting the other group, whichever one we ally with, I would assume we would probably want to ally with the Iron Legion. That seems safer.
Wait, why wouldn't we?
Because we already have communication open with them, and they don't seem
We have
as...
communication with the. Sorry, out of character. We have communication with both because we do regular trade with the Hive as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
the Hub
but-
has a long-standing trade agreement with the Hive.
The Hive, to me, seems more socially savvy, and if you let me keep talking, I'm trying to pull some wool over their eyes, and I think the Hive would be more likely to catch on to it.
I also feel like if we have to choose one of them, I prefer the Iron Legion because they seem less morally repugnant.
The Slavers?
The
I thought the
Hivers,
Hive was a-
Slavers, the Iron
I thought they
Legion
were both
are-
slavers.
Kind of.
Like they literally
The Legion
enslaved
sounded much more like Viking raiders, and the Hive sounded like organized slavers. Of the two, they're both morally repugnant, but the Iron Legion does sound better.
Yeah, but the Iron Legion moved into where the Gear Boys are. And
How about-
enslaved them?
How about I finish
Either
my
way.
sentence?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, Seth.
Okay. So we let them pass through, let them have the fight, and we kind of follow them out there a little bit and attack them as soon as their fight's over. Get them while they're weak.
So, the issue with that is I'm not sure we could raise a full fighting force with that, because essentially we would have to lower the defenses a little bit to,
not make it seem like we're laying a trap. But
I mean, there's about to be a fight, and if they're gearing up for a fight, we probably want to keep ourselves safe. So it would make sense for us to.
no, yeah, it
Make
makes
some arms.
sense. It's just we got to find a way to sell it because these aren't reasonable people. These
Fair.
What if we figure out all of these powerful artifacts we have? Maybe we're already sitting on a way to make our location seem like a really, really bad place to fight.
I don't think the signatures of any of the artifacts we're sitting on would really be useful for that, but I don't know what these things turn into once they're charged.
Well, I mean, I couldn't get anything on the gear. I don't think you were able to get anything on the gear.
I could summon
like-
the slimes.
I feel like calling the
Sorry.
gear an artifact is an insult to it.
Wait, I'm sorry. What Dr. Slime? What did you say?
Yeah, I could just see if someone some of the people that want to move from Slimetown want to come here.
I'm gonna check that list of settlements and see if Slimetown is on it.
No. Did you want a full list of the settlements just in case?
Is Slimetown on the list? I'm just curious.
No, but Shrimptown is.
I'm assuming Slimetown is going to be very far underground. I don't know why.
Yeah,
It just feels
but
right.
It is underground.
It's like it's a bad story that they tell in Shrimp Town.
It's the Underdark for Shrimptown.
Oh fuck! I don't know anything about Shrimp Town, but what I do know says that's some cursed lore you've just dropped on us.
Did you guys want to go over like the minor settlements to see if any of them were like repugnant enough to you to like damn? I guess.
I would. You know what? If you want to write up a list and have it sent over to me, I would love to see that.
So I just have the names written down, but I can post them in.
Yeah. Out of above board, what I was asking for is if you could just send that to us, not right now, and we could look it over ourselves, like if we got a short description, and do that off screen. But
All right.
if you would,
I'll write down the names just so I can remember to tell you about them later.
Avery will get help down the ladder by chivalry and ask. So, Mr. Animal, I'm sorry. Is that how you prefer to be called?
Just Animal. Mr. Animal was my father.
Okay.
And my mother. And my grunkle.
I'm sorry. What was that last one?
My grunkle.
Okay. May I ask how you have been living in the walls? I was not under the impression this building had walls thick enough.
Dude, these walls are so thick. I really fucked up pouring the concrete for this place. You don't even understand. I read 4 inches as 4 feet in some points, so there are just caverns in this fucking place. You have a crawl space. Did you know that? It floods.
Could you provide us a more accurate map of this location? Like I wasn't aware of that. I'm not certain if anyone who's been here longer than I am has been aware of that.
I mean, I knew that, but I just didn't know he was living in there. Honestly, I don't know how you were living in there without me knowing.
I am very good at not being here when you are.
If you can make us a map of the warehouse so we can have a better idea of what's going on, I'm certain we could give you some better amenities, give you like a proper room somewhere in the crawl space. Or I mean, not even in the crawl space if you don't want to be in there. We probably have enough space we could just give you a room.
We have extra rooms, or like we could give you a pillow. I mean, I think you should have asked before you slept here, but
I haven't slept.
oh, then why did you say you've been living here?
Because I just don't sleep.
Yeah, that tracks. Hey, Dr. Slime.
Yes.
This is Animal. I think you two need to shake hands,
We
introduce each other.
We already talked.
Oh, okay.
What a lovely gentleman.
Yeah, we talked about the great deeds of our forefathers. Had a deep discussion about economics and social political situations around the
And
parts of the city.
I also told them that like slimes don't believe in land ownership, so just
Okay.
found it
that
weird.
was valid, but land ownership in these parts is more of a way of discouraging conflict and staking concrete claims. But I mean, hey, we're getting raided, so a lot of good that did us, right?
But
Yeah.
is he medically okay?
Ask him in my native language to be like medical examination.
He replies in what he thinks is German. No, he feels great.
No, he doesn't need it.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
so glad Animal speaks what he thinks is German, but is slut.
Look, Anna once had a fucking horrific time in the German EDM scene back in his day. Anyway.
Would you anyway that? Go on.
No.
No. Do anyway it. Go on.
you gotta unlock that part of his backstory. You gotta do the
Fuck.
animal loyalty mission. Anyway.
Like Avery can't survive doing that much cocaine.
Animal's gonna do a few snaps and finger guns, pat his legs, stand up, and go. All right. So if you wanted to talk, tactics or anything like that, I don't know. Corey's probably somewhere. I'm not the guy for that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go drown in your basement. See ya.
Okay. Have fun.
Animal crawls back. Like you just see him open a small vent and just dislocate his shoulder and work his way into the wall.
Oh, during the conversation, Avery did
I've
make
never
sure to
been
leave a
able to
cat
get
flap in the
off.
ceiling.
Wait, I didn't hear either of that. What?
When he was repairing the ceiling because he heard that animal was living in the walls, he did leave a cat flap in there.
I just made like a throwaway comment that I was never able to get that vent off.
An animal has returned to your walls.
How does he know about the plans when he said he's never been here at the same time as me? What?
Listen, don't worry about it. It's 3 a.m, or what passes for 3 a.m. Avery says that he looks out at the 4 suns dawning, and
I don't think the sun rises here usually.
It can.
It horrified Switchblade when he saw it.
No, that's because Johnny Switchblade is from Blackrock and they don't see the sun there.
Oh, okay.
Avery looks confused and says, "I thought he said that because he was an edgelord."
No, it's just really bright.
Okay, let's wait for everyone to wake up. Let's try to get back to sleep. Wait for everyone to wake up, and then we can decide what to do in the morning.
Yeah, I'm going to go back in, close the door, and fall on my cot. I'm going to sleep the rest of the night halfway on my cot, halfway off. Now, you might think I'm, laying over the edge, but what it actually is my legs are on the ground and my stomach's just hung over the cot with my arms flipped over the other side.
Avery goes back to his room. He has a puppet making table. Chivalry has a tiny room built underneath that. Bayou Bill has a room without a bed. He sleeps standing up.
Just so you know, the puppet making table is probably one of the rejected candy cooling tables.
Yes, he chose the fancy. It was like a weird mahogany dining table. It doesn't make any sense.
Dr. Slime's gonna try to be quiet while cleaning, but do you want me to roll stealth, Sam?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh boy, I'm so excited for this to fail.
You have 1 coordination and no stealth.
2 6s.
Oh.
I've got 2 die.
So it's actually some pretty pleasant white noise going on. It sounds like boiling water and a dehumidifier going off. It's actually
Okay.
pretty nice.
Peaceful. What of G Slice, Jack, and David? Were any of them awake for all of this, or do they sleep like the dead?
John Hannibal Hancock isn't here. He's currently with the refugees.
David did light his hand on fire, so Bob is aware.
Okay.
It's 3 a.m. and G Slice is a Zoomer, which means he's still out.
Those darn kids.
Where is G Slice?
Ghost hunting. Where else would he be?
He's looking for the ghosts.
Ghost. Listen, that TikTok isn't gonna fucking sell itself.
So
That true crime
we're gonna do a
podcast.
smash cut to G Slice's and Timekeeper's little inky abode, and it's just Timekeeper going, for the last time, I swear I'm not a ghost.
Listen, this guy totally a ghost, guys. Look at him. We'll call him Old Man Ghost Dude.
I really regret leaving Slaughter's Corner. All right, we're gonna cut back.
How, Bob,
Smashed
how has Karanade been here? Is he just,
He's still sleeping.
hell yeah. What's his room like? I'm kind of imagining that he has one of those.
It's a
Right.
cot,
Okay.
and that's it.
Okay. I was imagining the gun would be part of his bed somehow.
No, it's next to his bed.
I always
Okay.
imagined Karen living in an armory for some fucking reason. Like
I was
full reloading
imagining-
bench, disassembled guns everywhere.
I was imagining that he just put a pillow on top of the gun and slept on the gun.
What if it's a race car bed, but it's instead of being in a car, it's in a gigantic fucking shell casing?
No, it's just a cot.
Okay. Yeah, that tracks. He's a practical fellow.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. All right. I don't think there's anything else on the night docket, so we're gonna. Day
Wait.
breaks the.
Slimetown and the Acid Pit are different locations?
Yeah.
Slime Town is underground. The acid pit is not. Or at
I'm
least
pretty sure the acid pit is in whatever 5 points.
The Acid Pit sounds like a club that G Slice would hang out at.
The acid pit is actually fairly close to the Iron Legion's foundry.
Oh, okay.
Get all that dank acid etching done.
It used to be
It's
further away,
convenient, to be
but
honest.
The spatial anomaly has moved it a little bit.
You think that Parker could have done a better job when he was the
Really
demiurge?
messed up. They should cancel that next year.
So Sam,
That was set out of
idea,
game, in case anyone was
any
wondering. Did I
idea I
disconnect?
had? No, you're still here.
No,
I think I disconnected.
No, we can hear you. Oh my fucking god. We could hear you.
You guys-
Yeah, we could
Okay.
hear you the whole time. We were just ignoring you.
No,
That's
I
weird.
just. It's, a lot of people are talking over each other this session. It's really hard.
No, I wasn't hearing you guys at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, your Discord did break though.
Yeah.
I now, compared to whatever I imagined Parker looking like, it's been completely overridden by Sam in the clown costume.
Yeah, so it's Sam in the clown costume, but black and white.
Okay, so if Sam were Pagliacci,
I even said I was
Pagliacci.
Pagliacci that night. Fuck.
No, Sam, it's Pagliacci.
How to ban someone in real life. Enter. Why is it just said it's showing pictures of gun? Okay.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
So the night rises. I'm gonna say. It's a pretty nice morning. Orange has cooked you guys all a pretty nice breakfast. It seems like he goes like the full fucking, like large buffet because he's cooking for like 30 people. You guys got some rock eggs. You guys got some rice. You guys got some sort of chopped green. You don't know if it's like an earth vegetable or not.
okay. Avery is constantly concerned anytime he sees a chopped green. He can't recognize that someone is stealing seaweed in his sleep.
I want my next power to be, Sam, that I can consume biomass to feed it to other people. Just want to get 2 hard dice in that, just so it's fucking... And it'd be more nutritious. Just for it to be more nutritious.
Wait, you need to talk to Derek so your character can make beef.
Yeah, it's going to be called beef. Beef. Oh, I should ask Derek for permission real quick. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
All right.
I was fully expecting him to just start yelling.
It looks like there is a pile of fish they're working through. It's not quite cooked yet, but there is fish if you guys want to wait. And caviar. Caviar is an alternative to rock eggs if you like the popping texture. You guys see Fisher and Albert fishing on the upper level with Red and Deputy Cyborg drinking next to him.
Wait. Run that back?
Albert is using one of his threads to mimic fishers like fishing.
Oh, they're friends.
My boy's growing up.
Just
Our bird has flown.
Derek did not give me permission.
Okay.
Get wrecked.
The second the sun starts really coming up, though, he's going to scuttle back and come back into the meal hall.
Can I just get him an umbrella that he can wear on his back?
Yeah, he's still going to have that natural aversion, though.
This is the first meal that I've had that's not candy in over a month.
Oh yeah, every character is gonna just wait and wait. Every character I have at least is gonna wait for the fish to be done. But actually, how is Sweet Tooth handling there being real food?
Oh, he's still just eating. He's still just eating candy. If something isn't sickeningly sweet, he probably won't eat it.
But wait, didn't we just say that I was gonna ruin it by eating the food and spitting it into your guys' mouth?
Nope, you don't have that power yet.
You were not given the intellectual property for beef.
Ah, damn it! I gotta get 2 hard dice. Damn it.
There we go.
I imagine that what Sweet Tooth is eating looks literally exactly the same. He's just made a perfect candy facsimile.
Bet.
The power of social anxiety and trying to blend it. Okay.
Not even. He's probably just trying to be polite.
Day 387. They don't know that I'm a triple C.
Okay. Morning business, opening up the candy shop, and Skater Boy is bringing you guys a message.
Oh boy.
It's from Ronnie. It's the first day's report on his time at the Iron Legion. In short, you see a collection of documents on various objects of power, powers they have, a brief sketch of the layout of the refinery, and a general update on the situation going on there.
Okay.
In short, a lot of the guys are fucking incompetent doomsday preppers who were the type of people who were just basically waiting for the apocalypse to happen so they could just have an excuse to go off the fucking chain and be rabid animals.
That is exactly what I expected from them.
But weirdly enough, they frame everything as being a defensive war, even when they're the aggressors.
Of course they do. Why is that? You have not said anything weird. That is, again, exactly what I would expect.
The only issue is when they took over the refinery, both due to some bad luck with the Gear Boys recovering from a prior raid from another faction and some natural disasters, they've managed to hold the Gear Boys hostage for a little while. Some Gear Boys, either through Stockholm Syndrome or just breaking for better conditions, are slowly starting to defect to the Iron Legion, which
I see.
Ronnie has noted as an incredible threat because, unlike the Iron Legion, the Gear Boys are smart and competent and have a vision.
Okay.
he points out that if there is a full integration at some point between the two factions, if they come to an understanding, it would be bad for the Gear Boys because they would basically be complicit in raiding. And B, well, they would, of course, have to purge the elements of the Gear Boys that would be opposed to that. But it would be a competent faction that is both aggressive and has a vision and design.
Okay. So I would like a return message that, if possible and without jeopardizing his mission, to spread some propaganda to make that seem like a worse idea.
So the second you look away, Skater Boy has already come back with another message from Ronnie.
Okay, that was quick.
It's going to be an answer in the negative. There's too much momentum for him to break that in a time period there it would be feasible. He might be able to reduce the number of Gear Boys that are finally on the other end by painting a message of what'll happen to them after. He can't stop the integration fully. He can only try and kill the more competent or convince the more competent Gear Boys not to join or kill them himself.
Okay. Man, I don't like these options.
He also has offers for... he doesn't know who the big players are in the Iron Legion yet because they're pretty good about hiding their identities, weirdly enough.
That makes sense.
They seem to consider their... due to how the city considered likeness and its IP's laws, personal privacy is seen as synonymous with personal property.
Yep.
And these guys are all about them property rights. So
that is why I am careful about actually using the Sea Powers ability.
So he's going to need a couple more days, but he is fairly certain that if he can just get them to keep their guard low, he could probably take out 3 guys before they get him.
So, the Iron Legion are all basically like sovereign citizens, right?
Yeah, held together through basically a cult of personality and the fact that they need to band together, otherwise they don't have the skills to survive on their own.
Does he have a timeline for them going to attack versus a timeline he would expect a complete joining?
Complete joining, probably not in 6. Unless something exacerbates it or the situation changes, he can guess 6 months, but he doesn't have he would need more than a day to figure out an exact timeline.
Okay. I'll take a rough timeline for now.
The attack is he's looked at them gearing up. They either have a really big raid, which is very possible, or they're gearing up for the hub or hive in 2 weeks to a month. He doesn't know how high they want to stack this, but he can't say if that's if that 2 weeks is for the hub or them just hitting one of their surrounding neighbors.
Okay. Has he planted the idea yet that there's issue between them and the Hive? Is that a thought that exists in their head?
He's established himself as a Hive refugee. Unfortunately, due to his circumstance of needing to sneak in, he needs to rebuild his credibility a little bit as not the paranoid fucking doomsday guy. Which has helped them get accepted very fast, but it hasn't helped his credibility.
Okay.
What he has been able to establish is he is stuck solely to the truth that they can verify very easily of the Hive is escalating its military presence. He's just omitted the fact that they're doing that due to a harvest coming up. So, of course, they're going to increase the number of mercenaries and armed forces they have to keep the slaves in check.
Okay.
He feels like given a couple days, he could spin that into some serious paranoia. That's right up his alley. But
just due to the circumstances of how he needed to infiltrate quickly, he needs some time to seem knowledgeable and credible.
Okay. Yep, that's fine. I think he could give a few days. I do want him to, as soon as he could, let us know if he finds out what the big gearing up is for.
It's in the first. It's definitely for a raid of some sort, a raid or
Yeah. But what I was asking is like where that raid is targeted.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. My bad.
Yeah, I could have worded that more clearly. Sorry.
No worries. Yeah. The big thing is he wanted you guys to know about certain artifacts they have.
Okay.
Namely ones that they are able to seemingly mass produce.
Oh.
There is something paranormal about the Foundry, and that's synergized with a few of their talents that's let them basically go from a small group buff to faction-wide available powers.
Okay.
There's like
Don't like that one bit.
There's like 3, maybe 4 big ones that he's been able to find out about quickly. The first one is, of course, cold iron. It's a material that is incredibly resistant and destructive for paranormal effects. It essentially seems to act as a more situationally restricted Delver rune to a degree.
Okay.
It's sort of similar to Charlie's Drain powers, but it has to be more direct. It can be also, this upside to it is, despite its lesser defensive capabilities, it can be fashioned into knives or staves to break paranormal defenses, like hollowed barriers or force fields. Gets right through them. It's a very versatile power, and he's not sure what the upper limit of its application is yet.
Okay.
The second one is an object called the Penitent's Nail. It is a nail he has seen them use in combat because there was a border raid when he was coming in. Or shortly after he came in. From what he gathers, they impale themselves. The knife starts dealing some sort of paranormal damage to them. But any damage they take is reflected back to whoever did it. They both get injured, but it is some sort of wound reflection.
Okay.
He's never
I'd
seen
like to know how that's
keep it
built
in for
sometime.
more than a couple. Oh, what'd you say?
I'd like to know how that's built at some point. But yeah.
Yeah, he's never seen it. He's never seen anyone able to keep the knife or nail in for more than a couple of seconds. So it's not something they can just keep on.
Okay.
He also
Good to
doesn't know
know
if there's a range limit to it, but he has been able to figure out, due to staging several industrial accidents while he's been there, its effect gets lessened the number of degrees of removal you have from being the person who injured them. So, 1 degree of separation does almost nothing. Around 4, he thinks, is the sweet spot for it not bouncing back to you.
Okay.
Of course, he does note that if you can get someone else to even accidentally injure them, that skips the process entirely, and the person you've tricked into injuring them gets killed, as stated by the fact that he's basically killed 6 people staging those industrial accidents.
Can I quickly interrupt? I'm not taking notes today, guys, so if someone else can take notes.
I probably cannot do that on the phone. I am not a fast typer on my phone.
I will
Okay.
try and post some stuff after, because I can just watch this VOD and type it up.
Okay, I normally take notes, but I just didn't today, because
Yeah, dude,
probably
that's
ended
fine.
early.
Yeah, it's fine.
You've got a lot right now. Don't worry about it.
Recording this is 90% of the reason I started recording sessions is just so I can have notes. Is just so I can go back and take notes on what happened.
Oh damn! Now I can't do that thing where I was putting in fake notes that gave us an edge, guys.
With Ronnie, one thing I'd really like to ask him to look out for is if it seems that they are actually using the machinery, if there's any machinery that isn't working, or if he can find any of them discussing a missing gear.
He'll note that. He will note that. I just want to go over the last two objects because they're the really important ones.
Mhm.
Sending rods, which are basically walkie-talkies that seem to have no upper limit and seem to work through the damp. And most importantly, dowsing rods. These are finders. They are on every single Iron Legion member. The other ones, not consistent. Dowsing rods, they are on every single member. If they hold the rods out and ask it something or look for something, it will point them at what they're looking for.
That's ridiculous. Okay.
He doesn't know what the limits are on it because you have to be trained in how to use them, and he hasn't been there long enough to earn that yet.
Mm-hmm.
The most common thing he's seen them do is get two people to use a dowsing rod that gives them an exact location. It lets them triangulate exact coordinates, and then they use the sending stone or sending rod to have iron rain called down on the area.
Horrifying.
Okay.
He knows there's at least 3 other mass paranormal items out there. He hasn't gotten to see them yet, but he knows they're out there. He also knows that the defected Gear Boys are working on something, but he doesn't know what that is either yet.
Okay.
So, based on all of that, I would like to reiterate that it would be good if we can find out if the gear is from the foundry, because that would kind of make sense.
Would not imagine that it is.
Wait, hold on. Are we talking about some gear, or are we talking about
The
cog.
cog?
Yeah.
Okay. The cog.
The other thing would Avery would probably want to know if Ronnie could find any information about how cold iron affects non-human beings, like fairies.
All right. He'll put that on the docket. So 2 things are search the refinery for word of a missing cog, and 2, how does cold iron affect non-humans? Or just, he can upgrade that to find out, prioritize learning about cold iron, if you'd like.
Yeah.
He will deprioritize learning about the things he doesn't know about, and instead go for cold iron. But he can only search for so much.
Well, it's not. I mean, the only reason I want that is because Avery would likely be quite concerned that a power called cold iron might be able to immediately kill him. Or chivalry.
Yeah.
So it should be a priority, but I'm not certain if it's necessarily more important than learning the other stuff.
So
If necessary, Avery and Chivalry could just hide during the altercation or leave the area.
So Ronnie can learn so how subterfuge and intelligence works is Ronnie can basically do a certain number of things and learn a certain number of things. If you want to learn specific things, that'll reduce the if he's just out there and doing freeform stuff, he can maybe get 3 or 4 things done a day. If you want him to do something specific, he has to plan a little bit more. It's a little bit harder.
Let's just let him do freeform because I think that's going to be a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay. I still think having him investigate about the cog there would make some sense.
Yeah.
Have we asked the Gear Boy yet about it?
We can always.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. This will be a solved issue at some point. It might be a better idea to wait until it's a solved issue to work on that.
I'm wondering if the cog is involved, because it's a gear thing. I'm wondering if...
I don't think it is at this point. That's what I was thinking. And the cog is supposed to be a long-term mission. This seems like a more short-term thing.
Yeah, I don't get the feel that this is a time-sensitive issue, the cog itself, and this kind of is the Gear Boys issue, or Iron Legion issue is kind of time-sensitive. So I think we should do the time-sensitive one first.
Okay.
I should probably explain how operatives and this whole mechanic works. So Ronnie as an intelligence guy, he works best in freeform. He gets a full bonus action when he's in freeform.
Then 100% that.
Um, that being said, if you want him to do something specific, he has a special action where he can go only one thing per day, but he will learn everything you want him to know about that thing. You just have to be very
Okay.
clear with the questions you ask him. Ronnie's third ability, because he's specialized in this. Ronnie's power is a top. Ronnie can get one object. Shut up. Shut up. Okay. Ronnie's power is an artifact called the top. It lets Ronnie get one item every day into his possession without raising suspicion, because he can basically spin that top and people will be convinced that it is the most valuable thing in that room, and then he will trade it, and then the person will quote unquote lose the top, but it goes on cooldown.
Okay.
Neat.
So he's very good at just stealing shit. Not only that, but stealing shit, and it doesn't matter if he got caught because it was totally legal when it happened.
Okay.
He's going to fit in real well with the sovereign citizens.
Yeah. Reginald also has an update, but he's only just reached Shrimp Town.
Yeah.
He can get to the... He has something to ask you guys. He can get to the Hive today if he goes through Shrimp Town, or if he takes the original longer path he was taking. He would get there tomorrow.
I think it's probably okay if he gets there tomorrow. I think him going through Shrimp Town is a risk to his life. If I understand Shrimp Town correctly, which I probably don't.
Reggie does not know much about Shrimp Town. He is scared of it, though.
Yeah. I'm fine with him going around. As much as I would like him to get there faster, he gets there a lot slower if he dies.
If Slime Village is under Shrimp Town, can
Okay,
doctors...
You're wrong.
No,
You're wrong.
don't. That was a bit. Don't assume a bit as canon.
Listen, if Sam
Wait, I gotta ask
says
Sam now. Sam, does
Sam
Slime Town
didn't say
exist?
Sam has said it, therefore it is canon.
He didn't say it though.
I was just joking. Chris, do you want Slime Town to exist?
Oh, I thought we talked about Slime Town actually existing.
I was under the impression it existed. I wasn't sure how serious you were.
Yeah, let's have Slime Town exist. That sounds funny.
Okay,
But
Slime Town does
I
exist.
will message you what I would like Slime Town to sort of be.
Okay.
You don't have to take that as canon.
Okay.
I was going to say, if it were the Underdark to Shrimp Town, we could potentially have our new friend, Dr. Slime, get someone to guide Reginald through a presumably safer passage.
I would like to point out Fisher is also from Shrimp Town, and he is here if you guys wanted to ask him anything.
We
Oh,
could,
that's
but that's
actually-
less funny.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm actually just gonna walk over and ask Fisher if how Reginald going through Shrimp Town is safe for him, or just a good idea at all.
Fisher's gonna think for a minute and go, which one's Reginald?
That was the drug guy that slept in the pile of trash over there. He's doing better mentally by a fair amount.
The locals will try to abide him, but they can only try.
Just have him take the longer. So I'm not there as Mr. President, so I really shouldn't be talking.
What does Dr. Slime think?
Dr. Slime is just confused and a little overwhelmed by all this espionage going on because he comes from a community that shares everything.
Is Dr. Slime the Obesian of a hive mind? When you say share and he's like an amorphous entity, is he a singular being or is he part of a larger being?
He is this. Well, I shouldn't tell you because you don't know.
Okay. Okay, that's fair.
As the Ted Cruz for president would say, Ted Cruz is a single being, not many.
Sorry, I just thought of the butter cow tweet. Fuck.
Yeah, I think he's fine to go the longer route. That's probably a better idea. There was kind of noise over what Fisher said, and I only kind of heard it, but I don't know that it would have changed my mind from the bits that I got.
Okay. Yeah, Fisher doesn't communicate properly. He seems to imply the locals will be friendly-ish, but they're not going to kill themselves to keep Reginald safe.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it takes him a lot longer to get there if he dies, so I would rather him not die. Did I disconnect again? Okay.
No.
Oh, you're still here. You're still here. Don't worry.
Yeah, you disconnected.
I was just thinking about your points, that's all.
No, so there was like a slight pop when I moved my phone from my headphones, which I think it was someone else's mic picking something up, and I wasn't sure if that was it disconnecting.
Gotcha. Oh, I should explain Reginald's ability. Reginald can only do like 2 actions a day max, but he's a tinker, so those actions will be very successful. He's very slow because he has to make things.
Okay.
But Reginald, A, will immediately enjoy a higher level of status because tinkers are in demand, and B, he can solve more problems than most people can.
Okay.
Is there anything you would like Reginald to focus on immediately when he gets to the hive?
I don't know anything about the hive, so I don't have an answer for that.
Okay.
Focus on not getting enslaved.
I think that's a given.
Yeah, but I mean, I remember some of the ideas and ways that Reginald talked. It might not be for him. He's kind of sober now. I don't know how that's affecting him and his judgment.
So full disclosure, Reginald totally did list one of his plans as sneak onto a slave ship and then sneak in as a slave.
I mean, that is an option. I'll give him that. It just seems like an incredibly bad one.
I feel like even in that position, he'd probably not do awfully just because he's still a tinkerer.
Well, if he becomes a slave and they're on a waterway, it should actually be fine if he has a glow stick that can part a sea.
So, Reginald's a field tinker, which means he doesn't need a workshop, but his effects are less powerful than, say, Sweet Tooth.
We need a minute to appreciate Tom's joke there. That was very good.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I just didn't know how to respond. It was very strong.
Okay,
the Pharaoh thinks he's hot shit. Crack.
Reginald splits the Red Sea with a Beyblade.
He would fucking try. He would certainly. He's the type.
I'm gonna see if I can find Reginald's Beyblade collection. Don't continue that bit. Just don't.
Okay.
No, I need to know what you're Googling if you're...
I didn't. Nothing is Googled there.
Oh, you mean in-game?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I thought you were going to find an image I was just terrified to know what your search terms were.
Reginald's Beyblade collection. It's a Wilson. Okay. God, I just remember the Beyblade animated was a thing. Fuck. Okay. We can move on. So.
G-Slice knows every single bit of lore from Beyblade.
Oh
Why
no!
does that track?
Because he's a zoomer.
Do you know how old Beyblade is? It's closer to boomers than zoomers.
Beyblade? No, it's not.
It has
I'm gonna
to
look
be.
up.
They have like I think they had like another one of those reboot things where they like played it again or whatever. I don't know.
Wikipedia Beyblade,
Okay,
1999.
Can we not talk about
The
Beyblade
Beyblade
instead?
anime came out in 2001. That sounds like doable.
Okay, could
We
we?
need to stop talking about Beyblade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beyblade is the opposite of comedy.
Is it?
Yeah.
We have the
I don't know if
we are
it is.
talking about Beyblade still. We need to stop. God, fucking damn it. Okay. So Red of the Vaqueros is going to come up to you guys while reading the missives, and he's going to straight up ask, so is this something I shouldn't be seeing, or...
It's something you probably shouldn't be repeating. Realistically, you probably should be more careful about it.
Then I'm not going to look in case we run into a mind reader.
Sounds good.
I just wanted to talk to you after.
We probably need someone to run information security here.
Yeah, that.
I could put... The deputy seems like he's pretty on brand with that. Fishing man doesn't talk too much.
I wouldn't want to bother Fisher with the vagaries of...
Fisher doesn't work for us. We just like having him around. He's a cool fella. I don't think Fisher works for us. Sweet Tooth, Fisher doesn't work for us, does he? Fisher doesn't work for us, right?
Officially, no. This is just one of his favorite fishing spots, and then the warehouse opened up, and he just hasn't moved.
Okay. I mean, he's free to use this fishing spot anytime. In fact, it's encouraged.
He does just straight up give you guys piles of fish since the fish have come back. Since Urban Decay's left, the fishing has slowly been recovering.
Okay. That's lovely. I love that.
is that just the thing Urban Decay does? He brings Trophic Cascade with him?
Yeah, if there's a biosphere, if Urban Decay is in the area, the entire ecosystem just collapses after a little bit.
Fuck.
It's a bad time.
But it's only been a couple of weeks. How is it already recovering on its own power?
The flooded district is very strong. Its wildlife is very hardy.
Okay.
Like, legitimately, if any of the species from the flooded district were just dropped in a setting, it would be an ecological disaster. But here it just works.
All right.
So, do you guys, Red's gonna wait for you guys to finish reading. Do you have anything you want to send to Reginald or Ronnie before Skater Boy goes out to do his daily stuff?
I don't have anything else. If anyone else has an idea, I'm open to it.
Can't really think of anything myself.
Send them a message in slime only.
All right. Skater Kid's gonna look horrified for a second, and then when you look back at him, he's gonna have like transcribed it phonetically as best he could.
That was a joke. Don't do that, Sam. Don't do that.
It's already written down. Skater Boy has used some of his crayons.
God damn it, Sam. This is the stupidest joke that we have.
Wait, what?
The slime. I jokingly said we should send it only in slime language, and then Sam had Skater can.
Yeah. No. I heard.
Dr. Slime can run our information security. He's like a Navajo code talker.
Yeah, but the recipients
That's the thing
have
you
to
said.
speak slime and or maybe German.
A slime German mix. It's not different.
I mean, he wasn't listening to... Animal couldn't have been listening to German EDM. That had to be like Gunkhouse.
It's actually slime EDM. It gets confused with German EDM all the time.
No, it's called Gunkhouse because that's a much funnier genre name.
So
And
I have to ask, why are you guys assuming Animal actually knew what country he was in?
We didn't.
Okay.
I wasn't. I certainly wasn't.
Okay. I was unclear.
I also didn't assume he knew what country he wasn't talking about a specific country. Like, I would imagine German EDM is not played only in Germany.
Got it. Okay.
Considering what he said about how his power worked, that he was only survived because of all the horse tranquilizers he was on, I'm assuming he doesn't know a lot about a lot of things.
So, like, full disclosure, with how Animal's heightened reflexes work, he can basically auto-dodge the first hit he gets in a round, but only the first one.
It kind of sounds like he works like Bender.
All right, I have to step away for just a minute. I'll be back.
Okay, in the meantime, what do you mean, Tom?
But like Bender needs to stay drunk to be functional. Like the less he drinks, the more drunk he gets.
Got it.
Like sobriety is reversed for him.
I think Animal's more in like the Archer school of he's so scared to go sober because he's worried the cumulative hangover will just kill him.
This is also an option.
It's like his blood alcohol content goes a bit low and he goes to drink, but it would mix bad with the prescription drugs he stole that were unlabeled. He's like, so he does some tranquilizer to try and get into it, but it starts making him droopy, so he's like, alright, if I inject adrenaline, do a Jaeger bomb, and then take 3 tabs of LSD, I will either meet a god I don't recognize, die instantly, or even out to 0. Let's roll those dice.
All right.
And that's why Animal has the peak human source.
Okay. He is drug incarnate.
Not even. He just... I don't think he's like the biggest druggie in the setting, which is the really upsetting thing.
That's the funniest thing.
You're not wrong.
Hello.
Salud.
I really want to ask what like Dr. Slime and David are doing because I feel like David's been on edge with the flame palm. Is like Bob is propulsion just like
I finally noticed propulsion. I would probably have an interaction with him.
Hand lights on fire again. Please step back.
Hello, sir. Would you like a free examination?
No.
But your biomass, it could be rotting, and then I'll do like a little amorphous hand will come out and wiggle out and be like him. Point at Avery.
I don't like that your character is just a really affable version of the many. I don't like this. I don't like how he's talking. I don't like him.
I think he's a special case.
Well, I gotta now send Sam like culture stuff or the Slime Town.
Slime Town. Slime.
I'd like to think that they all call anything that's like not slime biomass.
There is only slime and stuff that can be slime and stuff that will never be slime. Those are the three things.
These are the 3 states of matter.
Everything they see is red until they rub slime on it. Then it turns green.
Well, actually, it turns
What the fuck is this reference? This isn't the first time you've made this.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Like, there isn't actually a reference there. It was just
I'm returned. Sorry, that took longer than I expected.
it was just
How
a
dare.
joke about how the vision of a YouTuber I used to watch worked.
Okay. Okay, so what Red is here to discuss is, as you guys know, the Vaqueros are a mercenary group, but they also have like day-to-day jobs. And the group is here because they are fucking broke. They want to start earning as much money as humanly possible, and also, pay off the debt they owe to you guys so that Bayou Bill will give them back the money they lost. So,
How much does Bayou Bill
I
get
assume
from
Bayou
them?
Bill lost all that instantaneously.
I think he spent some of it, but like,
I don't even remember exactly how much money I got from them.
25,000 pieces of 8.
I think it was 30.
It was 30. I did put it in my notes, but why didn't you write it down?
No, I did write it down. I'm looking at it now, but I gave that to Avery because I don't think Bayou Bill trusts himself with money.
You
So
just met Avery. Why would you give me?
I mean, it would be funny if they were really good friends for no reason.
I mean, if you're gonna just hand your money to anyone, I feel like Sweet Tooth is probably the person since he's tracking the party's money.
Yeah, but that's like adding money to the money pile. It'll get lost on the shuffle. You give that money to someone with nothing, they will count every piece of it.
Fair.
Avery is just paranoid enough that he'll be a nervous wreck about it, but he'll keep it safe. Just like what would happen if you handed me a bunch of money to hold.
All right, I gotta hit the bank before I see Tom next time. Okay.
I mean, I can't give you interest or anything. That's not one of my talents. Yet.
Yeah, but see, you're preventing Sam from spending money in a foolish way.
And that's always valuable.
Nothing can stop Sam from spending
which
money
is-
in a foolish way.
That is basically interest because it's not negative money.
The attrition rate is lower. Anyway,
I like Bob's implication that it wouldn't actually stop Sam.
He would just go into debt.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus, I hate that you're. Okay, so
But on what?
no, never mind. So what Red is is basically asking is, are the Vaqueros here in a purely professional sense or a civilian sense? Do you want the Vaqueros to say go out and do their jobs in town, earn a meager pension that way, or do you want them out on jobs? It doesn't have to be one or the other. It can be a mix. But if they're here in town, they can maybe improve things, help rebuild after the Urban Decay event, and maybe even prepare defenses.
Having it be a combination of things would probably be best until we get a better idea of how well they
Agreed.
mesh with the rest of the group.
Okay. Seth?
I said agree.
Okay. I didn't hear that. Bob, what's David and Karen think of this? Having the cowboy guys go out or have them stay around?
So, actually, my only issue with having them stay around is we don't have anything right now. Do we?
Aren't we 2 weeks away from fighting another faction?
Yeah.
So the Vaqueros are a lot of them are good at doing stuff in town, like just going over their jobs real fast.
So you sent that, and I do remember seeing that. My question is, what specifically will we have them doing until then? Like, absolutely get them in on that fight, but
Making money in that town and helping rebuild the town.
So they don't.
Yes.
So for civilian jobs, they don't need you to assign them work for the civilian work. They know how to do that. They are well versed in going around cargo and finding work.
yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Is for the time being, it might be a good idea to just let them go do their thing.
Seth,
What?
you
Hi.
cut off Bob.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Bob.
Did he?
No, you were saying what you thought would happen here, then Seth cut in.
Oh yeah.
Like I wanted to
No.
talk, but
No, like that was it. Like literally, aren't we sending them? Aren't we fighting another faction in 2 weeks? And when I like send them away, to me, or like have them go, is just someplace else where we can't get them easily.
Oh no, that's just around the hub. Like we can go get them. I think Amber is probably Amber. Yeah, Amber is probably just going to be around the. Sam, that's mean. Why is Amber the shopkeeper? She's going to be around by you, Bill.
I mean, logically, she isn't aware that Bayou Bill did what he did. It's more awkward for him. Because I'm going to assume because it happened with Bayou Bill being roughly 30 yards away, that there was no visual element.
30 yards and in stealth.
Yeah. So really, it's more horrifying for him than anyone else.
That's what I meant.
I will say two things that Red lets you know immediately. One, you probably don't want to let Teal just have free reign. Teal is basically known for just causing chaos. Sometimes accidentally, usually on purpose.
See, okay.
Classic Teal.
You can trust them, but he wants to reiterate, you can trust them. No one else in the town can or should.
Okay, they're an actor, which makes sense because they have to impersonate people they're possessing.
Since they're an actor, could they also infiltrate a place?
They could. But Red's not super big on the Vaqueros getting too spread out because White only has a limited range. And
That's reasonable.
Part of their tactics in a fight is have White rapid recall so the Vaqueros can just come up at you at once. But yeah, if you guys do want to send Teal out to do jobs,
That somehow seems like a bad idea for me.
What if
I don't know why.
Instead of Teal, sorry, I am I know I'm not Mr. President.
I want your as a player input.
As a player, what if instead of sending her fully into like the Iron Legion, we help the guy at the Iron Legion by her spreading to the people near that live around the Iron Legion that the Hive's going to attack, and they're gearing up for war against the refinery.
We will give that plan
way,
to Red and see if he's interested.
That way, Red's close. That's way White's there. She's at least in range of White.
What is White's range?
only a couple thousand yards.
Okay.
He can chain it very quickly, but that's only good for like jaunting and short range. It doesn't help him. It doesn't massively extend his range.
Yeah.
Plus, he is limited by ammo and reloads.
Yep. So that seems like maybe not the best idea. I don't know what they could do around town.
Oh my god, I just fucking figured it out.
Okay,
You're gonna fucking hate this.
I am.
They could go around with G Slice and help promote his fucking video career, his TikTok career.
You know what? If that increases the money coming into the candy shop, I'm okay with that.
Sam?
It might. Maybe.
That could also help convince the Hive and the Iron Legion to not attack if they believe the place is profoundly cursed.
Okay, so I want to slightly alter. So I love that assignment of Teal. I want to slightly alter it. I need Teal to somehow make G Slice understand what the city is at some level because he still does not, as far as I'm aware.
I thought he kind of figured that
This
out
is his
with
third day,
Bill.
but yes, he did kind of figure it out with Bayou Bill.
Okay.
Although Bayou Bill, actually, I think Bayou Bill learned more from that because Bayou Bill learned that ghosts were real, and that freaked him the fuck out.
Yeah. And G Slice may or may not still think Bayou Bill was a demon.
It's true. Bayou Bill is a demon.
Yeah, I actually don't agree with may or may not. I think it's just does.
But yeah, I mean, up in the spooky rating of the hub, plus making us more money because part of the whole thing, Sam, wasn't it that G Slice was gonna do like little tours for people to go see ghosts?
And also make the town profoundly haunted.
Yes, which he is just doing naturally, which is great.
Chris, can you put together for us a really over-edited opening montage for the G Slice video?
No.
No,
Okay.
no, let's not kill Chris. That would be too. That would be the sweet Jeff and Hella, bro. Hella Jeff for fucking openings. I don't want to see that shit.
If I do this, it has to be the intro to every episode of Hero Squad for all existence.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't,
not doing that. No, thank you.
can't make that commitment.
She would be the start of it.
I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it
100%
so
not.
much.
Not happening, not signing that. There will be no blue cobalt, whatever, in this household.
So Izzy has overheard the G Slice idea. I'm just gonna say like maybe like if Chris didn't say that as like G Slice suggesting that perhaps.
Yeah, G Slice.
Uh,
Y'all should have her help out me. Could use a side, a side.
Red
I'm gonna,
immediately
look-
looks like he wants to say no, but then he thinks.
Kearney just gonna like menacingly hold his cannon. Just like, no, don't use those words.
So
The more you don't want me to, the more I have to. Bob.
No, it's like, just don't use those words in that combination ever again, I swear to God.
Instantly says something even worse.
so Red's gonna nod.
Gee, I'm gonna dab on these ghosts. He dabs, unironically.
Chivalry takes out a little book where he's been writing down G Sliceisms in hopes of being eventually able to make sense of them.
G-slicisms?
Yes.
Beautiful.
G
Beautiful.
Sicilian. That's the language.
G-Cillian. G-Cillian.
He's gonna misunderstand it so bad it just makes a new language.
Rock my jive, me hearties.
What?
So Sam, what were you about to say?
Red is going to nod at that idea. Go. Lilac is going to possibly kill herself and then you, in that order.
I'm sorry, I thought Lilac was a dude.
Or Teal. Fuck. Teal.
Okay.
I know colors. Anyway.
Okay. No, you don't.
Red says that in character. I know colors.
Lilac. Color wheel.
He has to plot a chart every fucking time.
Lilac analysis.
So Red's gonna nod and say, Teal is probably going to kill herself and then you. But at the same time, she will hate it. And she has done so much that she needs to answer for, so yeah, do it. You have my blessing. Just get Izzy to sell it to her. She seems to be her type. It is genuinely uncomfortable how well those two get along.
Above game, who is Izzy? Is that the
That was Mr. President's old
Okay.
thing.
Gotcha.
She was put in charge of coordinating and
Yep,
helping
I remember
manage
now.
the back arrows. Her
I
main
had
character.
forgotten her name.
Gotcha. You remember her character traits and all that, or
Yeah, I remember.
Okay,
I just didn't know what her name was.
yeah?
Yeah, I fear that that her interacting with G Slice will make a shockingly competent G Slice without really changing anything else about his character.
You say this, and all you hear is "shee" in the background of your head.
So you guys see Izzy basically go give the assignment to Teal. They instantly slam their hands down on the table and go, "I'm fucking ready to get out of here! Hell yeah! What am I doing? Who am I working with?" She points at G Slice, and you just see the light behind her eyes go out.
Just gonna slide her a taser and some pepper spray.
She's gonna like put her hand up and go, "No, I've got a gun."
You know what? You know what? That's fine. Sets the taser to 5. Take it anyway.
Appreciate
Set
it.
taser to stun. Wait.
No,
Taser
I
to
said 5. Set taser to 5. Here, just take it anyway. It lasts longer.
Will do.
I'm imagining it's a taser, but it's still a revolver.
So you guys see Teal come over to your group and go, "Hey, are you done with this one?" Pointing at G Slice.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, if y'all want to go have your adventure, if that's what you mean by we're done,
All right.
gonna
You're gonna what?
make sure she's not about to shoot herself and possess G Slice.
Would that
holsters
even
the
work
gun
on G
and-
Slice?
What?
The power of G Slice is
Considering G Slice's power is all ghostly, would Teal even be able to possess him, or would Teal just become a ghost in his presence?
I don't know. We'll have to find out.
So if I'm saying like don't shoot him, Teal just kind of sighs and reholsters her gun. She's gonna go over to G Slice and go, "Hey, can I see your arm for a second?"
Yeah, here. And he's still staring at the camera while he's doing it. Hey guys, don't worry. Got a new sidekick, and he's gonna definitely point the camera at her and say, "Look at the sidekick. What do you guys think?"
All right, we're just
I'm gonna walk up, put my hand on G Slice's back. G Slice, you must understand you're the sidekick now, and then walk away.
The show is called G Slice with an S.
All right. Teal is just going to put her hand on your wrist, put your her other hand on your shoulder. She's going to hyperextend your arm and kick out your knee.
He has no brawling, so I mean, he just falls. Like,
And-
what's wrong, girl?
She's going to take your camera and go, "All right, season 2, episode 1. Let's go." And she just drags you out of the fucking candy shop.
This wasn't as fun as I thought it was gonna be. No, we were supposed to do prank videos.
I thought that
Look you in the eyes. It's just a prank, bro.
Single tear of like happiness goes down his face.
I can't imagine G Slice, like, if he's being attacked, I can't imagine him yelling anything and going, "Oh no, gone wrong, gone wrong,
It's just a prank, bro. It's a joke.
ghost hunting in the city, gone wrong, gone wrong."
He just speaks in clickbait titles.
He just speaks clickbait titles, yeah.
Oh god. So G Slice has been removed physically from the scene.
Gonna like look over to Sweet Tooth.
He
You can
did it.
stop mass producing the sugar crucifixes. You're good for at least a day.
The area is permanent.
Okay, but like that'll probably like there's still a bunch around. Like he doesn't need to be increasing the amount to make sure that they die on.
Also, you never saw powers on him.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So I won't do that.
Also, I should note that Sweet Tooth cannot convince Orange to stop eating the crucifixes because he doesn't speak Spanish.
I think that's the funniest part of the candy crucifixes.
What if I just offer him better tasting candy instead?
He will refuse for some reason. Say like 3 lines in Spanish. You don't know what he's saying, but it seems well reasoned.
Sweet Tooth knows Amber pretty well, right?
Yeah, Amber's pretty amicable.
Like, what is he saying? I don't speak Spanish, unfortunately.
Oh, he's basically saying this is an affront to his faith. Crosses, the only approved materials should be wood, ivory, or certain ceramics. And he also really doesn't want to
forgot
waste
gold.
food, though. Or gold, yeah. Not in his denomination, no. Actually, gold would not be appropriate. But he
So
also
tell him
really
those
does-
would
What's up?
tell him those need to be here to keep ghosts away. If he wants to make replacements out of wood, I'm fine to use those. That's just the material I had on hand.
She's going to pass that along. He's going to nod, and he is going to immediately leave the warehouse. After saying like a word or two, she's going to look back at you and go, "All right, he's bringing back 500 pounds of driftwood."
I'm gonna nod at that approvingly.
So like the fucked up thing is he's not Christian. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what faith he is.
I mean, neither am I. This just kills the ghosts.
Like I speak Spanish, but I still don't know how to talk to Orange, man.
Wait, do crucifixes kill? I thought they just repelled them.
So basically, the plan Sweet Tooth had is to fill the place with so many that it would spawn kill them through collision. Because they would just be constantly repelled until they couldn't do anything.
I love it.
Can we go a single session of Hero Squad without somehow tangentially bringing up Gmod bashing?
No, I don't think we can. Because Hero Squad is like the tabletop equivalent of the game with the janky physics. Okay. So basically how it's going to pan out is Izzy is going to handle the civilian operations, Red is going to handle field operations. The current big job that the Vaqueros are working on is they're converting their bikes to be what are those motor
Water skis?
jet skis.
Jet skis.
Jet skis,
There
yeah.
you go.
So they can work on the water because they need their cars to be effective.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll take them a day or two, but after that they'll be able to tackle more complex jobs.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I think I had the deputy working on teaching them how to do, like, maintenance.
In the flooded district, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus you guys got glaucoma, so you can
We can't afford glaucoma consistently, that was the issue.
You only need him for 2 days to finish that job.
That's still 40,000, and I don't know what kind of income we're having on a per day basis. I don't really want to be in the red.
The only consistent income you have day to day is every morning Takasuma comes by for his jawbreakers, and that is 15,000.
Okay. I don't know. He concerns me. I don't understand what his coffee blood content is. I say coffee first because there's probably more of it.
I'm concerned by the idea of a person who can eat more than one jawbreaker per day.
Oh, he doesn't eat them. He converts them into coffee.
The matter converter.
You know what? I'm more okay with that. Because the idea of someone being able to eat like 6 jawbreakers in one day is somehow viscerally horrifying to me.
I mean, Sweet Tooth probably could if he tried.
Yeah, it's... Actually, what are Sweet Tooth's teeth even like? Does he have dentures?
Oh, no, he can just make candy that repairs his teeth.
Okay.
That's why, the same reason he doesn't have diabetes is he can just make candy that gets rid of diabetes.
Why isn't he our doctor then?
I'm gonna have to leave soon, guys.
He can work as a doctor.
Okay.
It's
So
just
he and
you
Dr.
guys-
Slime can work together.
It's just we.
Dr. Slime Dr. Slime's an actual trained medical professional.
Yeah.
Now. He's got dice in it.
Yeah.
I basically just throw healing candy at you, whereas he can actually fix your problems.
Okay.
Also, Dr.
So
Slime is better in the field.
Also, Dr. Slime can regrow your limbs. He can also resurrect you.
Okay. I assume you come back as a slime person.
No.
No?
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you, actually. I'm not going to tell you. Stop asking.
So,
No, I'm just going to make guesses until you have a different response to one of them. I don't know. It's the right
It was
one.
good enough to where Sam was like, holy fuck.
It's like, yeah, no, that's you still get minus points for that flaw. Even with Resurrection's stilted fucking flaw mechanics, you still get negatives for that one. Alright, okay, we went over intelligence. We went over... Alright, last thing before Chris needs to head out. There's the lights in the candy shop flicker a little bit. And
We're haunted again.
a single bird comes down and flies into the candy shop. It is cybernetically augmented.
See powers on it.
It has a wormhole generation power.
Okay.
It tilts its head. You hear a faint mechanical whirring as a receipt prints from its mouth.
I will, without touching it, look at the receipt.
It says, "Hello," in brackets, customer. We would like to thank you for enrolling in our medical science trial period. The following implants have been accepted and noted for research purposes. And it lists all the implants that Mr. President got at Slaughter's Corner from the Seventh Sons.
Okay.
As part of the ongoing trials, please note if you have had any of the following symptoms: organ rupture, internal bleeding, joint lock joint, hallucination
He's
of
not
dim
there.
futures. Yeah, but they don't know that.
So I'm going to go kneel down to this little bird fellow, and I'm going to say, I'm going to inform him that Mr. President's not here and send him over to where Mr. President is, which I don't actually know as a person where that is. But Charlie can probably find him in like 30 seconds. Actually, he probably gave him a rock before he left, so he can find him in an instant.
Alright, you send the bird on its way. You tell him its exact location. You hear the dial-up noise in the bird's head as it flies off and immediately gets caught in one of Albert's webs.
Oh no.
Albert, can you let that one go?
Albert just kind of stares at you, the bird already halfway in its mouth.
You have a spider infestation. Would you like me to...
No. That's my friend.
So as you look away, Albert starts like slowly chewing the bird again.
Oh my god, I could repair Albert.
He's good. Albert.
No, I could like fully repair him.
No, I'm fairly certain he's good.
Yeah.
I thought you said he was still missing some stuff, Sam.
He had a small indent where the bullet used to be, but he's still...
I could repair that indent.
I wouldn't approach him.
Shit. Sorry, an alarm go off there.
Considering also that I don't know what slimes are like in this setting, but I'm forced to assume that there's some kind of horrific apex predator.
There's always a horrific apex predator.
So I'm just gonna yell up to the bird an apology that the bird got caught in a web. If they need to send another one, they can. This was not intentional. Again, deeply sorry.
You hear a faint robotic message just go, sending message. And upon hearing the voice, Albert's gonna wait a second. He's gonna hear a little ding like a microwave going off, and then he's just gonna like eat the bird. Just full on.
Eat the bird.
Eat the bird.
Bird, eat. Please. I beg of you.
So do you Albert just slowly wanders over to you guys, and do you do anything as he wanders over to you guys?
No, I'm gonna let him approach me.
Alright. So as you stand still, do you like move, or do you stand still and just...
I'll kind of like kneel down to his height.
So he stops at noticing the movement. Like the second you start moving, he freezes.
Mm-hmm.
And then slowly starts moving towards you again.
Okay.
Eventually you feel like a little feeler like latch onto your back. And then another leg. And he slowly just climbs up onto your back like a backpack.
All right, I'm gonna reach around and pat him on the head like I used to, which he probably doesn't like, but he probably kind of remembers it.
You feel a flinch, but he doesn't like hop off.
Okay.
You got your backpack back, buddy.
Yes. I will have Sweet Tooth, or I will commission Sweet Tooth for a black licorice umbrella.
Alright, it's in the works. Okay, so since
I mean, anybody could just make you a real umbrella.
But a black licorice umbrella
Well,
is so cool.
Okay.
Tomorrow morning, Derek leaves, by the way, guys. So
Aw.
say goodbye to him before.
Bye, Derek.
Goodbye, Derek. We'll miss
I
you.
have headphones, you fucking idiots.
Bye, Derek. Goodbye.
Okay, so we just need to say it louder. Bye, Derek! Okay.
Good night, everyone.
So since
Oh, I
Good night.
just want to say, guys, I have the interview for the manager's position tomorrow.
You got this,
Ooh.
dude. I believe
Yeah,
you.
I
Somebody
found
with you?
out today. So, very short notice. But, good night.
Night.
See ya.
Good night. Write down an experience before you leave. Okay.
All right. Do we want to do voting?
Yeah. Alright, so everyone gets one for showing up.
All right.
Who had the best bit tonight?
Tase him.
Taysom was pretty good.
No. Like, just the entirety of G Slice.
Okay, so vote for Chris.
He's a very powerful character.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I'm a fan of the whole character introduction. So I will
Very good.
also vote for Chris, but for his other character.
All right.
Chris left, right?
Yeah.
Okay. My phone doesn't do the dings when someone enters or leaves for some reason.
Inconvenient.
Yeah, there's probably a way to turn it on. I just haven't yet.
Okay. I will note the experience and post it nights many times when we get to the end. So that was best bit. Who stayed in character the best?
Oh, I know what's happening. Chris usually answers first.
I'm stuck thinking. Um,
I think
I
my
wanna
vote's... Oh, go ahead.
I want to say Bob with Propulsion and Caronade because I've been this entire time I've just sort of been imagining them staring like disapprovingly at Dr. Slime.
No.
I don't like this thing. All right.
I was going to say Tom.
For just Avery being a fucking mess.
Yeah, just the whole interaction with like the start, like, this is great.
Burning his manga
loved it.
collection.
But that was so good.
Sullied forever.
Like I actually, no, I'm gonna keep the vote for Chris with the bit one, but remembering it now, that was actually probably the best bit. The burning the slime anime or manga.
All right. So that's one vote for Bob, one vote for Avery. Tiebreaker vote. Who go?
It's the tiebreaker vote, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Avery.
All right. Avery gets the experience.
Thank you.
And finally, who was most useful today? If useful doesn't work, because I know this was like a weird session. This is unfair to Chris, but who here can come up with the worst idea for Reginald to enter the hive?
Kick down the door and just go, "What up, motherfuckers? Guess who's back and got a big ass dick? Not me." And walks out again.
Reginald goes in to the hive. He approaches it, starts singing hosannas to bees, and then when bees comes out, he starts talking about Ryan Barbera.
All right.
He starts talking about Travis' touchdown.
So Tom's involved metagame, which is very strong, but we haven't overcome Bob's, which not only admits to having a small dick, but also does not infiltrate the hive in any way, shape, or form.
Can we also, as a subset of Bob's, can we agree that Reginald's dick would glow?
I think that's
Only if you
assumed.
crack it. Like,
Rip it and rip it.
Grip it and rip it, indeed.
So, what I think that is, so he's going to roll up to the hive. He walks up, struts up, actually. He is going to whip out a mostly red carpet. The not red part of the carpet. Sam, do you remember that commission that you discussed a couple days ago when you were playing that robot game with, I believe, Waluigi getting murdered or something? What was?
Let's scroll
I'm trying
down
to
to
find it.
quotes by request.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I know it was
Small
from
dick.
like Sam. Why does no one take my commissions holiday?
Long lived be the small dick fuckers. And then it has a picture of a gnome beating Waluigi to death.
Yeah, so he declares that as he rolls out the red carpet, and the red carpet is just tiled with that image. That red carpet rolls straight up to B's office, which he breaks into. He then attempts to recreate the scene with the gnome, with bees playing the role of Waluigi, fails miserably, and then has to sulk back away, all of the bee sting or wasp sting wounds glowing slightly. Returns back with most of the stingers still implanted in him.
That one's pretty strong.
Can I change my answer? I have a better version.
No, you've already submitted your answer.
Can I submit another answer, but if that doesn't count just because I think it would be funny?
You can submit it, but it will not count for voting purposes.
Okay. Reginald doesn't go to the hive, he just sucks himself to death.
Okay.
He does Fibonacci sequence nut December.
No, that's February.
Fibonacci Fab February triple F.
What's the December thing after?
Destroys Dick December. There's no once per day.
No, it's once on the 1st, twice on the 2nd, 3 times on the 3rd.
No. That's December. Yeah.
Yeah. 4 times on the 4th, 5 times on the 5th, and then 31 times on the 31st.
Yeah. Let me see if I can. Sam, let me see if I can find February.
So
Yeah, February.
I'm not saying
February is
disagree.
1 on the 1st,
I'm saying
1
no
on the
because I don't
2nd,
like it.
2 on the 3rd, 3 on the 4th, 5 on the 5th, 8 on the 6th, and you just follow the Fibonacci sequence.
So what's March? I don't
well,
like
we
this
also skip.
trend
Well, no. You skip a month.
to recover.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's
then,
like No Nut November, but
and then April is just all the time April.
Okay, so back to the voting.
Laplace transform April.
I'm gonna vote Seth. I think I like Seth's.
Okay.
Wait, Bob, I'm sorry, what did you say April was?
I said Laplace transform April.
I'm not hearing the first word.
Laplace.
It's not alliterative. Alliterative April. You just do all the previous months every day. A set of all nuts contains the prime nut.
I'm really upset that I'm the one who said kicks down the door, said, "Hey guys, guess who's back and got a big dick?" It's not me, and then just leaves.
That one's also very good.
Because I want to vote for it, but I can't vote for myself.
You can vote for yourself. That one's good.
I'm voting for myself. I'm proud of that one.
I don't know. Like, it's good. Seth's is good. I truly and honestly don't know which one I like better.
I'm also going to vote for myself if that's on the table because I put too much effort into that to miss this point.
I put absolutely nothing into that.
You want to create a tie, Tom?
No. So when Tom creates a tie, what he's going to do is he's going to ask for all of us to get a full point, even though that would accelerate leveling too fast.
The question is, have I prepared a minigame tonight?
I will vote for myself and see if Sam has created a minigame.
Sam did not create a minigame. He voted for me before Bob voted.
Yep.
Haha.
So Seth gets the experience point.
Damn it.
I was sitting with that in my pocket. Had it ready.
All right. With that, session over. I'm gonna stop the stream now.
Alrighty. Yeah, you remembered.